welcome back to The Spell. Wait, where are we? Of course, it's definitely the 30th. I passed it, didn't I? Oh yeah, I read this last episode, so let's do on that. Oh yeah. Stay away! No, I want a hug. No. She shouted with all her might. That voice froze him in place. That pleading, desperate voice. She was scared of him. She didn't trust him. She was in pain. Oh, this is a, well, fuck moment. He was the one doing her harm. Stay away! Never! He finally realized just how agitated he was. How scared he looked. How scary he looked. Well, if you look at it, you're an adult. She's a child. You technically have the physical advantage. She is a little girl, so... Yeah, that gives you the advantage. But the gun is the great equalizer, technically. Actually, she has the reach advantage because of gun. Either way you look at it, it's still the equalizer. She started crying, as he had never seen her cry before. She was devastated, and all of this because of him. He could do nothing but look at her, overwhelmed by his own powerlessness. Did you kill them? Kill who? She asked between her sobs. Who? Who is she talking about? Sure, he had killed people, but... My parents! Did you kill them? No, He answered without thinking. He answered truthfully, like he always did, but was that really the right thing to do? Fuck, now I actually need to try a little bit harder instead. Liar! Liar! What about the letter then? And the picture on your phone? They're clearly hiding something. The lighter. She had found the lighter. How could she not notice this? Fuck. I like how they're even adding in the freaking faces into this. I know this is like in this part, but come on! No, it's a misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding. He wanted it to be a misunderstanding. He could still explain himself. He was sure she would understand. He was sure that everything would be alright until she asked that question. Then, who did it then? And why did they die? If it's not true you, then who? Is this the perfect point to ask, I'd like to know too? Who did it, and why? Was he supposed to explain to her that her dad was cheating on her? Mom, that they both had terrible understanding each other, and that their marriage was a complete lie? That's gonna be a very touchy subject just to explain to a kid. I'm not a child. And I can see why this will be pretty freaking complicated. She was she was desperate, and he was lost. That Roxanne was the woman with whom her dad was sleeping with. I want my parents back! Was he supposed to take her parents away from her? The image she had created of them would shatter in an instant. If he told her the truth, would she even accept it? I know you know what happened, so tell me who did it. Ah, fuck. Was he supposed to tell her that? Oh god. I'm actually glad I went down this route now. I wanted answers, and I will get answers! No, of course he couldn't. That's the only thing he couldn't do. She has the right to be happy. Right. She's been struggling all this time for happiness. She had finally accepted the harsh reality that tragedy was now behind her. What would happen if he told her? Her world would pretty much shatter. Now, where's my mouse? I'm completely missing on how to freaking grab it. She would be broken. He had seen her. If anything, he had only looked at her, how strong she was, how brave she'd become, how beautiful her smile was. Even a moment of tribulation. She was the present thing he had ever laid the purest thing he had ever laid his eyes on. In this world, he wanted to protect this purity, but unfortunately, he failed. This is the perfect time to freaking break down, man. You fucked it. Okay, on one hand, he kind of screwed up a little bit, but on the other hand, she was kind of a little too curious. And this would eventually come out? So, fuck. Everything would have been better for her if she hadn't lived it with him. By trying to be strong, by being the weak man, he had brought misfortune upon her and danger. This had to stop. He couldn't possibly think running away would work. Anyway, she has a life here, and friends, and love. He was resolute. He looked at her in his eyes. He had claimed himself down. He wanted to be himself. If only a front of her, he had found his answer. If he plays the role of the bad guy, if he dies here, then everything would be alright. Wait, no! Fuck! That's not the good option, but yet it's also not the bad option. I know he killed and killing is wrong, but yet... On the other hand, what's the good answer here? I want to know! On one hand, I want to say yes, but on the other hand, I want to say no. You're leaving me with cops, tell them everything she knew. They would hopefully be satisfied with it, and Mark would let go of his vengeance. A moment, he'd make sure of Steve's death, and saw that the police were keeping an eye on the girl. Sorry, sis. In the end, I couldn't do it. I couldn't protect her in your stead. Well, when you look at it, she would eventually find out. No matter which way you look at it from this angle. How stupid we are. You're right. I did. Fuck. He finally told her what she wanted to hear. Well, this is a well fuck moment. Her eyes went wide. He saw the moment in her heart broke, the moment her innocence shattered, and he regretted his choice instantly. And then the screaming. Hear the dry sound of the suppressor, then felt the light burning pitch around the area of his stomach. He unconsciously looked down. He was bleeding. His feet were giving way. He slowly fell into one knee. His consciousness was fading, gradually. Wait, what? 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 You're giving me another option here? No! God dang it! With like 3-some odd minutes in the last part of the episode, or whatever, like, come on! God dang it! I need to save. I don't care. I need to save. This is another freaking option right here. I'm gonna put that like right underneath there. It's either conclude the story or Roxanne's perspective. This would eventually happen, but I don't care. We need to do Roxanne's perspective. There's no way around this. We need to do Roxanne's perspective. So I wanted to do Steve's for see what he was going through, because I thought he was the killer. I wanted to see what the killer was going through, then go to the victim. Like, that's what I was thinking here. I hope I'm not keeping him waiting, she thought to herself, as she was crossing the road with hasty footsteps. That is until she remembered that he's usually the one who's late during their get-together, and so her pace slowed down quietly, a bit by that realization. He won't die for an extra minute or two. Giggle. Should I be scared? She couldn't help herself but smile. What made him change his mind? He was so distant at the last couple days, but then he sent her an email. This evaded apology. and made apologies to her, and even invited her to a dinner at 8 p.m. a Monday night of all things. Yeah, with like shit to make people more question. It was extremely rare for them to meet on a Monday night, so it had to be special. Like the end of this episode! That doesn't really exist. But either way, I hope all you guys have a great, wonderful time, and I'll see you guys next time. And I hope all you guys have a great, wonderful day too. So, have a fantastic day.